श्री योगी रामसूरतकुमार की जय। सर्वं योगी रामसूरतकुमारार्पणमस्तु। It's with deep gratitude we have submitted the powerful Nama of Bhagawan, Shri Yogi Ramsuratkumar, for the sake of the ailing people, that Bhagawan's grace be with them and bring them back to normal life. We have been reliving the experiences of the devotees, and in so doing, we have come to taste the very tasteful grace, the divine grace of divine Guru Maharaj. So it's an opportunity for all of us to substitute ourselves in the place of those devotees who have had these experiences, so that these experiences will become ours also. It's one thing to hear about it, it's entirely another thing to relive it, to live it. It's only while living it, it becomes your own. So once again, it's an opportunity given to us by Bhagavan. We shall see people know that Bhagavan had been helping people in different circumstances, in different ways. I think it was in 1980. One devotee had come from Kanpur. He came to Bhagavan's Sannidhi Street house. He was very devoted, and with folded hands, with great devotion, he said, "By Acharya's grace, I have been transferred from Kanpur to Chennai." Bhagavan said, "Which Acharya?" He said, "Swami, you are my Acharya, and it is by your grace I have been transferred, because last time when I had come here, I prayed to you for this transfer, because I started to build a Vinayaka temple, Ganapati temple, in the premises of Labour Institute. And I could not complete it because I was transferred. I so much wanted to be back here to complete this. So I prayed to you, and by your grace, I got this." Then Bhagavan said, "Oh, this beggar is no Acharya, my friend. Please do not call this beggar an Acharya. Acharya is Kanchi Paramacharya, Shringeri Acharya. He mentioned another name of Acharya from Bengal. This beggar is a dirty beggar. This beggar is a sinner. He is no guru to anybody. He is no Acharya to anybody. And then this Kanpur man said, Swami, whatever you say, for me, you are the Acharya, and you have to bless me further so that I will be able to complete this temple and that we could celebrate the consecration ceremony. Then Bhagawan burst out laughing. He would test people in different ways. He would want to see how they would react to his declaration that he is only a sinner, a dirty beggar. Now Bhagavan said, you would be able to complete it very well, and you will celebrate its consecration ceremony in a very grand manner, and the temple will come up so well. And what was more, he put his hand deep into his pocket. People would have noticed it, people who moved with him, how he would put his hand into his pocket and pulled out one 10-rupee note and said, this is this beggar's offering to Shri Ganapati. Now this I narrated in continuation of yesterday's topic, Bhagawan's connection with Shri Ganapati. Yesterday I told you that Shri Rajini Krishnan had come to Tiruvannamalai and she had displayed all her paintings there in a house opposite to Sudama, and how Bhagawan made one devotee, Amar Jyoti, go and buy a picture of Shri Ganapati and blessed it nicely and gave it to her for daily worship. And for Amar Jyoti, Bhagawan was Ganapati. Bhagawan is Ganapati, and this was his gesture, his way of saying that he is none other than Shri Ganapati himself. And what is more, Ganapati is always referred to as Pillayar in Tamil. Pillai means child. Pillayar is a term spoken with respect. And Bhagavan calls himself God-child. So when we say Pillai, it is only Ganapati. And Ganapati is God-child. Pillai to Lord Shiva, Pillai to Ishvara. So Bhagavan, in another way, indicated that he was God-child, he is God-child himself, like Pillayar. This I narrated in continuation of the yesterday's topic because I just remembered this. Now we shall see how in the early days of the ashram, we all know that how Sri Janardhanan and some devotees of Bhagavan together, they worked so hard to procure this land for Bhagavan. And after that, there came a time when Bhagavan introduced a change. Like when you observe Bhagavan's life, you would see that at every stage, somebody would come, do their work, and go away, and then another person would come and take over, and he would be there as long as it was possible, and then he would be replaced by someone else. This we have been seeing Each one would come and do a specific work at the specific time. So the time came in 94 that Sri Mani, N.S. Mani, was appointed by Bhagawan as trustee, and he told us some humorous incidents that took place. I can narrate one, a very, very interesting one. Sri Mani, when he came to Tiruvannamalai first time, that he had been coming to Bhagawan, visiting him in Sannadhi Street house, he and Rajalakshmi, his wife. They had come several times to Sannadhi Street house. But after Bhagawan shifted to Sudama, they came, visited him. Little did they know what was waiting for them. Mani had no idea, absolutely no idea, he was going to stay in Tiruvannamalai and serve Bhagawan in full capacity. But at the time when he had come, he saw the devotees standing outside Sudama in a long queue in the burning sun. He wanted to do some seva to Bhagawan, so he put forth, said, Bhagawan, if Bhagawan permits, I would like to put up a pandal there so that the devotees do not have to be in the sun. Bhagawan said, oh, Mani wants to serve this beggar. He smoked a little and then he said, Mani, if you want to do this, you have to agree to what this beggar says. You have to stay in Tiruvannamalai and do this work of Pandal. And what is more, you have to meet all the expenses. Mani happily agreed to. It was a fortune for him to be allowed to serve Bhagawan. So he happily went about that. He said, yes, yes. It's like what they say, he came but to stay. So he continued to stay, and then the pandal was complete, and then the scenes changed, and soon he found himself serving Bhagawan, the construction work of the ashram, and then he became a trustee. But then, you see, he had come from the social life in Chennai. He had no idea he was going to come to Tiruvannamalai and serve someone like Bhagawan, an unpredictable jnani. But once when he had come to Bhagawan, Bhagawan suddenly declared, my father says that Mani would build temples for this beggar. He was shocked. Now it became very difficult for him to adjust to this life in Tiruvannamalai. He was fond of non-vegetarian. And here in the ashram it was very simple food and very sattvic food. And he had to get used to the food habits of the ashram. Bhagawan was very strict about it. Inside the ashram, no non-veg. So he agreed, he got used to it. But then there was a craving in his mind. And then one day when Bhagawan was giving darshan, he thought, Bhagawan said they could have it outside in any house, but not inside the campus. So he thought there's no harm in getting something. At that time he was made to stay in what we call Mapillai Bungalow. That is a little away from the ashram. It's between Sudama and the ashram. So he was staying there in a small portion. It was easy for him to come to the ashram every day and work. So he thought, okay, he could get it, he could eat it in his place in Mapile Bungalow. So he asked one of the workers to get some chicken biryani and keep it on his table around 11:15, so that 12:15 he could go and have his lunch there. Little did he know what was awaiting. And of course, there was nothing Bhagawan did not know at all. Though, of course, he didn't tell Bhagawan. Bhagawan always knew. Whatever was happening in the ashram, he knew instantly. Now that day, when Bhagawan was going back to Sudama, he called Mani. Mani, this beggar would like you to come to Sudama now. So Mani thought, okay, I would go and see him and then come back. Maybe it'll be a little late. That doesn't matter. My lunch would be waiting there for me in Mapile Bungalow. I could have it a little leisurely. So he came to Sudama, and then as soon as he entered, Bhagawan called him near, made him sit by his side, and took his hand and put it on his lap, his own lap. And then said, Devaki, this beggar would like to have lunch with Mani now. Can you serve lunch? Immediately I started. You can imagine the state of Mani. All the time he was dreaming of the chicken biryani, and here Bhagawan held his hand in his grip. And what was more, Bhagawan was making comments like this: oh, this beggar is blessed with the company of Mani today. This beggar would like to spend some time with Mani. It's a blessing to this beggar. So he was playing his Leela, and Mani had no choice. After lunch, he thought, okay, it doesn't matter. When Bhagawan leave me, I could still have it. At least a little. Then Bhagawan would not leave him till 4 o'clock. At that time, we did not know why he left him at 4 o'clock. 4 o'clock he said, Mani, you have blessed this beggar by your company. Now you can go attend to the work. And then Bhagawan said, Mani, you don't go to the house. You have to go straight to the ashram and start working. So you see, he could not go to the house. And then once he went to the ashram, he got absorbed in the work. And by the time he came back, it was late. And even then, there was still this thought, okay, let me see. It may be very cold, but it may still be worth having. So when he came into the house and looked there, the packet was there, but there were so many ants. And when he opened the packet, he saw only 2 pieces of bones. There was nothing else remaining. The ants had a feast. So Bhagawan timed everything so well that by the time he returned to the packet, there was only this paper and the ants and 2 pieces of bones. And then he knew that you cannot play games with Bhagawan. And how Bhagawan played that Leela all the time, saying, I am blessed, this beggar is blessed, the company of Mani. He knew how he was blessed. And then Mani said that this craving left him after that. So you see, it's coming to, he was a social man, attending parties, living a very social life. So he had developed habits. He never imagined he was going to come and serve Bhagawan. And then every habit had to change for him, a transformation. While serving Bhagawan, he had to go through forcefully the transformation. It was painful, very difficult, but then none of us have any choice with Bhagawan. Raman Maharishi says, finding a guru, once you become a disciple to a guru, it's like entering the mouth of a tiger, a prey in the mouth of a tiger, and the tiger would not leave the prey until he finishes it, until the tiger finishes the whole thing, like those two pieces of bones. So that is what coming to a guru, serving a guru amounts to that. Being in the mouth of a tiger. Bhagavan would bless us nicely, nice things will happen, we would be very happy, there would be no deep disturbances, but there will be difficulty, there will be sufferings, there will be many, many conditions that we have to go through. Because while giving us work, He would also be shaping us, giving us a push towards God. So for the transformation that we have to go through under the watchful eye of a guru, these are all necessary.